Welcome back to the Morning Blend. Many of us resolve to get organized in the new year. I know I do. But what's the right way and how do we stay organized? Liz Girsh is a professional organizer. She has tips on how to organize like a pro in 2021. Hey, Liz.
Hi, Molly. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Great to having you join us this morning. I think so many of us, especially because we're home so much more, want to be organized.
This is going to be like the double whammy, right? Everybody's been thinking about getting organized since they're spending so much time at home in 2020, and always January is a great time to get organized. Lots of people making resolutions to be more organized in the new year.
That's right. Absolutely. And so I think the question then is, where do we start? Do you have a suggestion?
I think a lot of people tend to think too big when they're thinking about starting. They want to show me their messiest space in their house, or they want to tear apart their entire closet. And I think it's important to start small and to think about spaces that you can accomplish in a limited amount of time, so that you're not tearing a whole space apart and it might take you, 3 days to get your closet back in order if you're working by yourself. And also something that's going to fuel your energy as you move along, that you are going to touch it and see it every day, whether it's that junk drawer or your makeup drawer or your pantry. And while you can get to the basement and the attic and those catch-all spaces and rooms that are really, really just overwhelming, it's great to start with something that maybe you begin and end your day with, so that you can just feel great. You'll get that psychological boost that you get from organizing. It's not about just having it look good. It's about how it makes you feel. And that will then make you move along to those bigger projects and give you the energy to tackle things.
I totally agree. I get pumped up when even organizing a small space. And I like that you suggest an everyday space, because it can be as simple as a drawer or just one part of a closet or pantry, or like this kitchen drawer, for example. I think is a great idea. You get that sense of accomplishment, and then hopefully inspires you to do more. So what's the biggest mistake you see people making?
The biggest mistake I see people making is an easy one to make, and they get excited at shopping and finding products and want to buy something and think this shoe thing is going to solve my issue. I'm going to go home and my closet is going to be ready to go on Instagram. And what they've really done is they've skipped ahead in the process. It's a process of steps that you have to do. And it's not just the product that's going to solve your issue. You have to empty your space out. So that's why starting with something small is very doable. If you're just emptying out one drawer, as opposed to emptying out your whole basement or your whole closet. You want to get that space, fresh set of eyes, and take all those things out and then group and categorize them as your second step. So you're putting like things together, and that allows you to really do the next step easier, which is editing. And to be able to edit and decide, what am I donating? What am I tossing? You need to see what it is you have. And it becomes much easier. For example, if you empty your whole closet, categorize and edit everything, to say, oh, I have 17 pairs of white jeans. What in the world? I need to get rid of some of these. Or to take all of your shoes and put them together and know, hey, I really do. This is all of my shoes. I'm looking at everything. Because sometimes I think people just stand in their closet and go, I know I need to get rid of something. I just don't know where to start. And that just kind of makes it an easier process to edit. And after you've done those first 3 steps, then you can start laying your space out. That's where you start placing things where they're going to go. And you're going to, at the very, very end, add those finishing touches, those organizational products, those labels to things, to help you maintain the space and also to help maximize the space. As you can see in some of those pictures, we use things like these risers and different products to just kind of add height to space where you may need things. That all comes at the very end. You have to do those first 4 steps first.
See, I love what you're saying there, Liz, that it's a process, because I'm one of those people who rushes to get the products and the organizational tools and containers before doing the clearing it out, emptying the space, putting things together. Then you said talking about editing and then laying out the space. Really quickly, you must explain how we need to think like a kindergarten teacher.
We need to think and design our spaces like a kindergarten teacher, because you need to see what you have and you need to keep like things together, just like you would in a kindergarten room, right? So maybe it's keeping things in bins and keeping them color coordinated, like these t-shirts. Maybe it's alphabetizing your spices. Maybe it's, like I said before, putting things on a riser so it's easy to see and play with them. Keeping things in a space the way you use them. So putting out the things that are your everyday items, your clothing that you wear most often in the places that are the easiest to reach, or your favorite foods or the foods you use most often. If you love your coffee, make sure it has a place of prominence in your kitchen. If you wear athleisure wear, as most of us do every day, then put it in a place of prominence. It's okay to hang that in your closet if that's the spot where it's easiest to find your clothes and use them.
So don't judge yourself. Just let the athleisure live, but give it a space. This is fantastic, Liz. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.
I love the process. It's such great tips. And to rewatch this segment, make sure you got everything there, or to send it to a loved one who maybe needs a little organizational stuff in their life, go to themorningblend.com.